this webinar, we will be learning about all the tips and tricks regarding conditional formatting. We have today 8 different situations lined up, and we will solve it one by one. As we know that as an Excel user, if you are creating a normal MIS report or financial models or dashboard reporting, conditional formatting is an area which an Excel user should learn about because it helps you to highlight certain uh, cells or the data with respect to your conditions you define here in this feature. So in today's webinar, I will be covering 8 different situations, and I hope that it will give you some good learning and knowledge. And after the webinar, you will be applying in your normal routine spreadsheets. So let's begin with the first scenario. In the first scenario, we have 3 columns: salesperson, customers, and sales. And we are required to highlight top 4 salesperson. So it's very easy. For example, if we just want to quickly highlight top four salesperson within sales column, the first step is always very important, and that step is you have to select that range or array in which you want to apply the conditional formatting. So I have selected the sales column, and then I will go to conditional formatting, which is available on the home tab, and then I will go to top bottom rules. Okay, that is the second category of this conditional formatting, and here you will find an option that is called top 10 items. You have more options of it regarding this top bottom rules depend on the situation you are having. So in this our situation, we will be highlighting top 4 salesperson. So I will click on this option, and instead of 10 I will just write 4 here. So whatever your condition is, you can set the number here appropriately, and then you can also select the relevant color which you want. If any color which is not available in this drop down list, what you can do is click on custom format, and you can select more colors from here in this fill tab also, right? So I will just select a quick color, that is green fill with dark green text, and I will press OK. So I can see that I have quickly highlighted top 4 salesperson from my this respective data. Now what if that I just don't want to highlight the particular sales cells, but also want to highlight that entire raw, the name of the salesperson, customers, and the sales. So I need to highlight this entire raw. Okay. Now for doing that, you are required to create a formula. So let's do it. First, I will clear the formatting of conditional formatting from this sales column. For doing that, again, you will select that column and click on conditional formatting. And here on clear rules, click on clear rules from selected cells. Now, what we are required to do is we need to highlight the entire row instead of just one sales cell, right? So first I will select that entire data, excluding the headers. We are not required to select the headers. So we will just select this entire data set, and then I will go to conditional formatting, and here from this menu I will select new role. So we are required to create a formula, and let me write a formula first. So we are required to highlight top 4 salesperson, right? So starting from the first cell, which is the sales of Amir, the data is starting from the Amir, which is raw number 5. So it's D5. We are saying that should be greater than equals to large, and we will select the entire column of sales, comma 4. Now why 4 here? Because we need to basically get top 4 salesperson. Okay, and this specific formula is basically raw by raw checking the number of a sales, and if it falls within top 4, the condition will met, and whatever we will set the formatting here, that will be applied on the entire raw. So now you can see that with the help of this formula which we created is highlighting the top 4 salesperson. So remember that if you are familiar with the large function and this mix referencing, you will be easily understood that what this is logic all about, right? It's basically searching each value, and then if that value falls within top four, the condition is met and the color is applied, right? So this was the first situation we did. Now let's move towards the second situation. The second situation of conditional formatting states we are required to highlight all those sales which are above average. So first let's calculate the average equals to average, and we will have the average of sales column, and it says 11,460. So whatever the sales which is above 11,460 will get highlighted. So we have already built-in rule available in conditional formatting. First, we will select the column of sales, conditional formatting, which is available on home tab. And here we have in the top bottom rules, we have a category that is called above average. So I will click on above average and I will select the relevant color which I required. Okay. Now you can see that all the cells which are highlighted are above this average number because we have applied the criteria of above average, right? But what if we want to highlight the entire row instead of just one cell? So again, we are required to create a logic. And if we are good users in Excel, if we can create some logics, we are familiar with some functions, so we will be easily applying the new rules in the conditional formatting, right? So for doing that, first I will select the entire range because I need to select the data first, and then I will go to conditional formatting and then new rule. And the rule which we will be writing here is that the logic we will be creating here will work like that all the salesperson who have produced the sales of above average, which is the 11,460, will get highlighted. So for doing that, we start from this first sales amount, which is of Amir, from the row number 5, which is in E5. So we are saying if E5 is greater than average of entire sales column. So if this logical test gets successful, so whatever we will be applying in the formatting area get highlighted. So now you can see that very easily all the salesperson entire row gets highlighted, those sales who are above average. Let me just show you the formula here. Right, so this is a simple logics. As a basic Excel user, we need to understand how this formula works, right? All right, next, the third situation. Uh, this is very interesting situation. Color scale based on sales. So sometimes you want to get highlighted all the sales, but uh, on some patterns. For example, you want the highest sales to be highlighted with the dark colors, or lowest sales should be highlighted with the light colors, or the vice versa. In those kind of situations, you apply the criteria of color scales available in conditional formatting. So what you can do is select the sales column, go to conditional formatting, and here you will find different kind of patterns of color scales. And if you want to develop your own, so you can click on more rules, and then from here you can select the color scheme for the lowest value. For example, we are selecting the light color, and for the highest value here, we are selecting the dark color. So once you are done with the settings here, you can click on OK. Now you can see that 21,000 has been highlighted because it's the highest number in entire column, and the 4,000 is being very light highlighted because it's the lowest number. So quickly your eyes can get a visual impact, and you can analyze data quickly with the help of conditional formatting by these kind of patterns. Okay. Next, the fourth situation is how to work with the icon sets. Okay. So this is again very interesting. For example, if I add one more column here, and if I do a calculation, if I want to uh, apply a formula and I want to drive sale per customer, so it's very easy. Total sales divided by number of customer will give you a sale per customer, right? And on these sales per customer, we are required to analyze the data that who are doing good sales or the lowest sales. So I will just select that column, right? And I will go to icon sets and I will click on shapes. So I can see that uh, the barber has done a very remarkable job in terms of sales per customer. His sales per customer is very good, whereas more people are not doing better performance in terms of sales per customer, right? And what if I don't want these numbers to be written here? I need simply to make them invisible. So that's very easy. Again, you will go to conditional formatting, and now this time you will click on manage rules, and here you will click on edit rule. And within this edit formatting rule window, you will find an option that is called show icons only. So you have to check mark enable that feature and press OK. So now you can just see the icon sets of by the conditional formatting. And moreover, you can just turn off the grid lines to make it more better, right? So this is how we can analyze data by applying conditional formatting icon sets. So this was the fourth situation. Let's come to the fifth situation of our today's webinar. Now here in this data set, we have 5 different columns. First is products. Okay, and then we have this month sales, which means current month, last month sales, previous month. Then we have calculated variance. So it's easy to calculate a variance, current month minus previous month. And then we have calculated variance in percentage. So current month minus previous month divided by previous month will give you a variance in percentage, right? So once you apply it, make sure that you have also corrected the percentages by going to home tab and click on percent sign, right? Now here we will be applying icon sets, and I will give you one more handy trick to handle that kind of icon sets easily for with respect to positive and negative numbers. Now as you can see that whenever we calculate a variance, either it's from actual versus budget, actual versus forecast, current month minus previous month, the variance either comes in positive or negative, or in very less chances to come exactly zero, but variance comes in either positive or negative, right? So we are required to have only two kind of arrows in our this variance column. The first one would be the red for the negative variance, and the second one would be the green arrow for the positive variance. So let me select the variance column first. Okay, and I will go to conditional formatting, and then I will go to the icon sets category. And from the first category, that is the directional, which have three arrows, green, yellow, and red. So when I click on it, as you can see now, in some of the positive variances, it show me a green arrow upwards. But in some of the positive variances or negative variances, it's also showing me a yellow arrow. Now that yellow arrow is not relevant here because either the variance is positive or negative, and we just want to eliminate the yellow arrow, and we just want green or red. Okay, now for doing that, we have already applied the formula here. We have already applied the conditional formatting here. So I will just select the column. I will go to conditional formatting again, and I will click on manage rules, and then I will click on edit rule. So as you can see that in the type, on the right side in the type, this is default, it's percent selected here by default. So instead of percent, from this drop down menu, we are required to change it into a number. Okay, and once we change from percentage to number, so now we are getting a relevant color arrows with respect to the variance numbers. So with the positive variances, we are getting green arrow upwards, and with the negative variances, as you can see that we are getting the red arrow downwards. Okay, and this goes similar with the percentages as well. So if, for example, you apply the icon sets, you again get the yellow arrows which are not relevant. So you will go to manage rules, edit rule, and then instead of percent, click on number so that it should read correctly, right? And I've also told you that if you don't want to see the data in the column, uh, you can also go to again manage rules and click on show icons only, so that only the conditional formatting icons should be visible. right? And this could be very handy when you go with the financial models and the dashboard reporting. So conditional formatting is an important tool to be learned by the Excel users. Now let's go to the sixth situation of our today's webinar. And here we have again some columns. We have different products, right? We have current month numbers, we have last month numbers, and I have also copied and pasted these two columns again here. And let me show you some uh, trick about the data bars. So for example, if I just select this month column and I go to conditional formatting, and this time we are exploring the data bars category within the conditional formatting. Okay, so if I open the data bars and if I select any good color of my choice, for example as green solid fill, so you can see that how data bars is working within conditional formatting. It actually fills the cell with that respective color according to the number available within the cell, right? And we have just selected the first column, so 7069 is the highest number within that column. So this cell is entirely highlighted. And according to this concept, the other numbers have get their respective highlight with respect to the highest number in that particular column. Okay. So for example, if I change the number to 15,000, so you can see that with respect to this highest number, all the other cells are adjusting themselves with terms of the allocation of the colors within the cell. Okay, so whatever the number is, this is dynamic. That will be definitely change. Now let me select the last month column again, and I will go to data bars and I will click on solid fill. Right, so now you can see that 10,000 is entirely highlighted as in 100%, and based on the numbers available in this particular column, the colors has been allocated themselves. Okay, so if I change any number later on, so you can see that the condition formatting will get updated. Now what is the difference here? What can be very tricky here when you apply this on dashboards? uh, Now in this particular situation, first I selected the current month and applied the data bars, and then I selected the last month and then I applied the data bars. But what if in case I select these two columns together, and if I go to conditional formatting and then solid fill, now you can see the difference here. In the first data set, 7069 is entirely highlighted, but in the second data set, 7069 is not entirely highlighted, because in this situation we have selected two columns together, and based on this situation, in these two columns together the highest number is 10,000. Okay, so it's very important that it's also depend on the selection of your data and then applying the conditional formatting with respect to the data bars. So if you do every column separately, the visualization will change. If you select all the columns together and apply the data bars, the visualization will get different. Okay, so you have to take care of it. So I hope you understood this concept. Okay, the seventh situation, which is again very interesting, we have a small PNL and we will be applying a conditional formatting on this statement. So first, let me create a logic here to get the percentage of one of the scenarios in which the company wants to see their PNL for the next 5 years as a forecast. So the company has made three situations: base, best, and worst. Okay, and they are forecasting that with 6% of growth they are on base, with 10% of growth they are on best, and with 1% of growth for the next 5 years for the worst. So we are required to create a logic here so that it could whenever we select any situation from a drop down menu, that entire PNL gets updated. And also we need to apply the conditional formatting so that particular entire scenario should get highlighted as well. Okay, so let me do it. So first I will go to the developer tab, and from this developer tab I will click on insert, and from form controls I will select the combo box. Okay, and I will draw it on my spreadsheet. Now the next part would be to definitely fill this drop down menu and connect this menu with a cell. So I will just right click. From this contextual menu, I will go to format control. The first field in the control tab is the input range. So I will select the name of the scenarios which the company has developed: base, best, and worst. The second option is of cell link. So I will connect my this combo box with this particular cell, which is C5, and I will press OK. So now you can see that whenever I select any case from this drop down list, the number is generated here. And based on this, I will apply a function here so that I can get that particular situation percentage on my yellow highlighted row. So I am using the choose function here. So first function argument is of index number, where we are required to give a positive number, and then we are required to select the values according to the situation. So the first situation is in D6, second situation in D7, and then D8. Okay, so what choose function will do, definitely whatever the situation we will select from this drop down menu will produce a number in a cell, and according to that number, the number, if for example if there is a 2 in the C5, so it will select D7. If there is a 3 in C5, it will select D8. Okay, sequence wise values. So let me just copy and paste this function to the right side, and now you can see that whatever the situation I select, that percentages are changing, right? And my PNL amounts are also changing. So this is now dynamic and working fine. But what we are required here is still in this report is the conditional formatting. We are required to highlight that particular condition which is applied on the PNL so that we can focus more. So how to do it? So now I will take help of this extra cells and I will write 1 for the first situation, which is the base, 2 for the second situation, which is the best, and 3 for the third situation, which is the worst. Okay. And now I will select all these 3 situations. I will go to the conditional formatting and I will click on new rule, and we will define a rule here. So we will select the last option, and a very simple logic will be created here. If C5 is equals to, for example, this particular first cell, first situation cell. So whatever we are applying here, the color we are applying here should get highlighted. Okay. So now if I just drag and drop the drop down menu in front of that cell, and whenever I select any situation here, so now you can see that that particular situation gets highlighted, right? The last thing would be that you want that these 3 numbers should not be visible on the report. So a very quick technique to hide these numbers is to select these numbers, right click, go to format cells, okay, and go to the number tab, click on custom, and then type 3 times semicolon. So it will make invisible. Okay, and now your report is ready. It's also gets highlighted, it's also get updated with respect to the percentages, right? Okay, let's move towards the last situation of the conditional formatting scenario. Now this is the last situation. In this situation we will learn that how to control the numbers formatting with the help of conditional formatting. Okay, so for example you can see months from January to December, and these are sales numbers, particularly in definitely in millions, right? But we want to format these numbers in more readable way. So we are required to create a sort of interface where we have some buttons here. So when I click on millions, these numbers automatically convert into millions, not as full figures. So when I click on thousands, these amounts should get updated as a thousands automatically, right? So how to do the number formatting within the conditional formatting? So let me just perform this. Okay, I will go to the developer tab, and I will click on insert, and this time I will take option button in the form controls. Okay, and I will simply draw it on my spreadsheet. Wherever you would like to draw it, you can draw. And I would like to have two buttons here. One for the thousands. When I click on thousands, the numbers should format themselves as a thousands category, and ones for the millions. To rename the option button, it's very simple. Definitely right click and then select the option which is edit text. So I have written here rupees in millions. Okay, you can write in short ways as well, MN or anything you would like to. Okay, or if your currency is not in rupees, in any other currency, either in dollars or anything, you can write that. So rupees in millions, and then here we will write rupees in thousands. Okay, we are also required to link this option button with a blank cell as well, so that we can create a logic here. So I will right click on this option button, and from this contextual menu I will go to format control. Okay, and here I have a category, a field that is called cell link. So I will select any blank cell and I will press OK. So whenever I click on this first option button, which is rupees and thousands, the cell generates 1. When I click rupees in millions, the cells generates 2. And now based on this logic, I will definitely transform these full numbers into this specific category, okay, with the help of conditional formatting. So let's get started. Now the next step would be selecting the entire sales column and go to the conditional formatting and click on new rule. And you will say that equals to if this cell is equals to 1. Okay, if F5 cell is equals to 1, when it will be 1? When I will click on rupees in thousands. So whenever I will click on rupees in thousands, the cell will generate 1. So I am saying to the Excel conditional formatting is if F5 is equals to 1, then go to the format, number format, custom, and here I can definitely give a custom formatting for these full numbers. So what I need is hashtag means any number. Hashtag means any number, either it's small numbers or the large numbers or any positive number, negative number. But technically, if you know the custom formatting rules, you know that here specifically in the custom area you have 4 sections. First for the positive numbers, then for the negative numbers, then 0, and then general text. So hashtag means any number available in the cell, comma, again hashtags for the comma formatting, and then I will use comma one more time for the thousand separator. Okay, so the last comma which you are seeing here is working as a thousand separator, so it eliminates last 3 digits from a number. Okay, so that's the required format which we are required. Okay, and I will press OK. So when I click on rupees in thousands, now you can see that your all numbers have got transformed into thousands category. And similarly, again, I will select this column and I will now generate a logic for the rupees in millions as well. So I will again go to the conditional formatting, and from here I will create a new rule. Okay. Now here I will again say that if F5 is equals to 2, now for this is for the millions. So whenever I will click on this second option button, rupees in millions, the cell will generate 2. So if F5 is equals to 2, I will go to the format, number, custom, and here hashtag means any number. And then I will use thousand separator that will eliminate the last 3 digits. I will again use one more thousand separator that will again eliminates the last 3 digits. And I also want, uh, because I will be transforming all those sales number into the million, so I need to see in decimals as well after 2 digits of decimals. So I will write .00 here. Okay, and I will press OK. So now you can see that whenever I click on rupees in millions, all the sales number are in millions. So I can tell my boss that in March we have done 9.19 million sales. If he asks in rupees in thousands, I will just click on rupees in thousands and he can see all the amounts rupees in thousands. So you can create more than 2 categories as well, depend on your situation. We have also observed that in industry now you have some of the amounts rupees in trillions as well. So, but in this webinar in this series, you have learned that how to transform the full numbers into the customized number formats with the help of conditional formatting. So far, we have started our today's webinar with 8 different situations, starting from top 4 salesperson, then above average salesperson, color scales, icon sets, sets example 2. Then we have discussed data bars. Then we have applied conditional formatting in one of these statement. And last but not the least, converting the numbers into customized formats.